So we've made lots of good progress on the barn since we bought it.
Yeah, definitely have. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you around some of our plans, what we've got upcoming very soon.
So as you've seen previously, obviously we built the mezzanine. It still needs to be stained, but this is it now. So underneath here, we're going to be having the kitchen area. The kitchen's going to wrap around. We haven't decided how far it's coming out yet, but it's going to be wrapping around up to that wall there. So I think we might have the sink in the cutting area underneath here, because obviously we don't want a cooker underneath the mezzanine or a fridge. So wrapped around here will probably be our fridge and our cooker. So we'll probably have some shelves up with some herbs and spices in, all that shebang that typically goes in a kitchen. So up here we're going to be staining all of the railings and the handrails and things like that. We're also going to be encasing these two concrete pillars here, make it look like a wooden beam, and maybe hang a projector off, beam it on the wall so we can have film nights up here. Be really cozy. So as you've seen previously, we also built the bed using the two spare posts that we had from the mezzanine build. What we're also going to be doing is building a headboard as well, so we can sit up when we're in bed.
So in the past in the barn, this used to be where the old original fireplace used to be. So as you've seen previously, we did a lot of work on that, cleaning it out. We still need to get some acetone and clean up the stones because we really want to accentuate these stones around here. We're going to spray it down and put a bit of acetone on and give them a good scrub. But we're also, which is really exciting, the next part of the project, which me and Laura are working on now, trying to decide what to get. We're going to actually be getting a log burner, which is going to be really exciting. And what we're thinking at the moment is, instead of going through the roof, which was our original plan, we're actually going to go through the wall, which I think will be more efficient as well, hopefully anyway. So that'll be an interesting job, seeing us when we actually have to go through this wall. And around the fireplace area, at the moment we have our table here because we're obviously eating in here and stuff. But what we're thinking currently is that we're going to be having some type of wraparound, maybe couch or a single couch with like a nice rug so that we can sit in front of the fire. And maybe have the couch kind of backed up in this area here. So this kind of area here is going to be a space for just sitting and chilling, which I think will be a really nice feature.
So we do get a lot of questions about what we're going to do with this area here. And the reason why we've left it, how we've left it, haven't rendered over here or put a better window in, is because we're actually going to knock through and make a veranda out the back. So we can have a little space shaded from the sun in the summer, come sit outside, it'll be really lovely. So I think we're going to have a glass door, but the veranda will cover it because this side of the barn is actually south facing. So if we didn't extend the roof with the veranda, this would get extremely hot during the summer. So that's why we're going to go for a glass door now.
So as you've also seen recently, we also rendered these walls. One job that we're going to be doing very soon is we're going to be actually giving them a good lime wash. We're probably just going to do about 3 or 4 coats on them, maybe a bit more. We'll see how it goes. And that will make the stones look a lot more whiter and a lot more brighter in here, which will be really good. Also as well, we're going to be bringing the tiles in soon, which is really exciting. So we're kind of deciding on what colour tiles we want. So that's going to be something that's going to really, I think when the tiles come in, that's going to really bring the barn to life.
We've also got a few rough patches from our rendering, so as you can see, it's all coming off when I wipe it. So we're going to give that a good sand before we lime wash.
So as Laura mentioned before, we're going to be knocking this through, which is really exciting. But before we do that, we also need to level this ground area around here because the ground around here is quite unlevel. So we're going to be kind of digging this area out of some sort eventually in the future to create this level. So we can actually create a patio and also create a veranda, which will be exciting. So what we're thinking is bringing the veranda all the way around here to kind of utilise the space at the front of the barn here and also create a bit of extra shade, as Laura was saying before, in the summer months. But we're thinking about bringing the veranda all the way around here because we've got a lot of good space here. And what we're also thinking about doing is in the future, because rainwater collection is something that we haven't really utilised enough. So as you've seen previously, I fixed this pipe in to the barn here for any appliances to go through, for gas and water intake and also water outtake as well. So eventually what we're going to be doing is we're going to create some type of concrete platform here where we can actually put a big 3,000 litre IBC or water tank container, whatever you want to call it, so that we can utilise and collect rain from the roof. So that means we'll be collecting all of our rainwater to use for inside of the barn when we're washing dishes and things like that, which will be really exciting. But also, what's really exciting is in the veranda, we're also thinking about actually moving the outhouse, the rat infested outhouse, to this area here. So we're going to incorporate it within the veranda. We're not sure how we're going to quite do it yet, but we're going to try and incorporate something better so that we can kind of, in the veranda, we can walk around from the outside of the barn into here. So this can be a much nicer area, and we can also build it more efficiently than we did last time as well. And then that IBC that we're going to have here, the 3000 water container, can also be used and plumbed into the outdoor shower, or even if we decide to have a bath, whatever we decide to do. It's all exciting, and we can make that in this area here, which will be good.
This week's video is brought to you by Delete Me.
Doobie 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 doo.
Did you know that your personal data online is sold by data brokers?
No, I didn't.
And there's even the threat of being harassed or attacked due to publicly expressed political views and opinions. Or even the risk of identity theft and becoming a target of phishing scams. And I didn't even mention stalking.
Oh no!
Because we all know everyone loves a good stalk. You nosy Parkers.
So what can I do about it, young man?
So this is where Delete Me comes in, because it helps keep your personal information private. I've been using it now, and it's deleted a lot of my personal details from websites.
Oh, it's amazing! Will it also help protect my family's data too?
Yes, and the family plan can also help protect your relatives' data, because did you know that when someone buys your data via a data broker, they also see information about your relatives?
Great! I'm sold! How do I go about signing up for it then?
If you want to help protect yours and your family's data, Delete Me is offering our audience 20% off with the promo code originhomestead. That's joindeleteme.com/originhomestead and use the code originhomestead at checkout. So now that we've showed our up and coming plans, now is the time to crunch the numbers and talk about the budget and what we've spent so far.
Yeah, definitely. We've never really had a budget for the property. We've just kind of utilised the money that we have at the time. So we've worked jobs, as you've seen. We've built up a little bit of money, and then we've just kind of utilised that and just worked week to week, basically just taking it day to day.
Yeah, we never allocated a certain amount of money for the project. We never said, look, this 10 grand or whatever is going into building. It's just been doing a little bit, in some more money, doing a little bit. And for us, we thought maybe it could be a project that takes the rest of our lives. This probably is going to take the rest of our lives. We're always going to be adding to it and changing it. We never said we want it done by this date. It's always just kind of been, it's going to take as long as it takes, and yeah.
Definitely. So we bought the property for £12,500, which at the time with lawyer fees and taxes was about €15,000, which looking back now is an absolute steal, isn't it really?
About £15,000 I would say.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we didn't leave ourselves a lot of money after that, so we went back to the UK and ended up working jobs to kind of earn a bit more money before we came back out to Portugal again.
I think we had around about £1,000, which is crazy at the time, thinking like...
Which, yeah, I don't think I would do that now. Now that I'm a little bit older, I don't think I would do that, but yeah, that's just how we did it.
We went for it, and we're just still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So we've saved quite a lot of money on labour. Obviously, we've done a lot of things ourselves. We've got Nick in to help, which has been hugely appreciated and really helpful for us. The only thing we have really paid for is the electrician.
Yeah, the electrician.
Electrician's labour.
We've done a lot of reclaiming, as you've seen. We've reclaimed doors, we've reclaimed windows, we've reclaimed chairs, we've found things in the bins and utilised just kind of a lot of things that's been hanging around the land, basically.
Yeah, just trying to save as much as well, but also keep something of the character. And
definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely kept the price low. But if we can, I think when we get to the inside bits of the barn, you know, the tile and the floor, I think we can afford to spend a little bit more on those things to make it look a little bit nicer on the inside. But I'm really happy with how we've done everything so far. Definitely.
So we're going to talk about the actual budget now and what we've spent.
Yeah.
So we've tried our best to kind of break it down. We're not going to be able to break it all down, but that's kind of the budget so far. We've wrote the numbers down. Like I say, it's kind of hard to really break everything down completely because there's so many little elements that go into making a home, basically, isn't there? There's so many different things.
And we haven't included all the travel costs of going back and forth to Portugal and all those things in it. I don't think we really kept a spreadsheet of every penny was spent. We've kind of just
Took it day by day, basically.
took it day by day, yeah. So we did a breakdown of the cost to do our road. For membrane, we spent about £116. For the stone, it was about 107, and for the pipes, it came to about £32 in total. So that takes us to £255 so far for the road.
To sort the whole track, which I think is really good, because we got a lot of that stone for free as well from our friends. The rubble that created around the second time. I think moving forward in the future, we'd definitely do that again.
Yeah, it was just a lot of manpower.
It was.
It was very tiring, but yeah, we did it quite cheap.
Another big job was the concrete floors you've seen. So this was actually surprisingly really cheap, because when someone does a concrete floor, you think it's going to be really expensive, but it only cost us around £200 in total. So that was the cement bags, the sand, and the labour basically was free, because obviously our friends helped us.
Yeah.
So £200 is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah. For the roof, it came to £1,350, which is pretty good. It's obviously it's metal roof. It looks like it's tiled and it's insulated on the inside as well.
And this is actually our biggest cost on the property as well. But it's been well worth it for us.
Definitely. We also made a window. That was £34 in total, which is quite cheap again.
Yeah. Obviously we welded the steel ourselves. We got really cheap steel, and we also went to the glassmaker. I think the glassmaker only charged about, was it like £5 or something for the glass? It was something crazy.
Yeah, it was very cheap. We used that glass also for the door that we reclaimed. The door, we also made the little window in it. That came to £105 in total for the cladding, the insulation, the battens, the paint, the handle, all of that.
And that's so good, because to get a door made, you're looking at £1,000 to get a custom door made at least, you know. So to be able to make the door for £127 is amazing, isn't it?
No, definitely.
So the next one as well is the electrics. Like we said before, we paid for someone to help and do the electrics, so that was like 2 days of labour, and with materials that came to £223 roundabout, which I think is not too bad for an electrician to help. And also, as you've seen, I did a little bit of that labour too as well, so that also brought the cost down.
Veranda, we spent about £95 on all the bags of lime and everything else that's needed for those job, like the sand, etc. And for the mezzanine, we spent a grand total of £492, which is it's quite expensive, I think, but I think the most expensive thing was actually the railings that we brought back from the UK.
Definitely.
In the hand. The top rail, the bottom rail.
Because they're handmade on there.
Yeah, that was probably the most expensive thing, but worth it obviously, because we want to be safe. We don't want to fall off the mezzanine, so.
Definitely.
And it looks good as well.
Definitely. So in a lot of the building materials as well is really cheap. Like I said before, how we've kept the price down on our project is that we've done the labour ourselves. If you've seen, our friends have helped us as well. But some of the materials that were sourced are actually being really very cheap. So some of the stones and things that we've bought have actually only been so basically stones and sand, for £13 we can get a full truckload of sand and stones, which has really helped with a lot of the kind of the structural things on the property, like doing the roads, doing the concrete in the barn. Also, like Laura just said before, when she broke down the cost of the rendering the walls. So a lot of them materials are actually quite cheap for us to do, and like I say, we can get them in the trucks. We don't have to pay for delivery, and we get a full truckload and just crack on until we run out of more. You know, we need more.
Yeah, I think the truck's been a lifesaver, hasn't it? Because obviously our track hasn't been the best, and just for getting those supplies, it actually makes it a bit cheaper for us doing it all ourselves. So yeah, the truck's been a big help for us.
Definitely. So there is a lot of other stuff that we have bought, but like obviously the kind of like a pack of screws here and a pack of bolts here and things like that, and other things that we've maybe forgotten our mind as well. Yeah,
it would have probably helped to do a spreadsheet, but we didn't think it was necessary at the time. But from the jobs starting from now, maybe we might do that.
Yeah, definitely.
So to also give a brief cost breakdown, the storage area was about £250. The outhouse toilet and shower was about £1,300. The outdoor kitchen about £800, and the well piping and the well pump came to £120. Tools obviously are quite expensive. We haven't included the price of tools in that cost because we did have a lot of tools already, but I think we've probably spent about £1,800 on tools. So that's something to factor in as well if you want to take on a project like this.
Yeah, it's quite hard to factor the tools in because, like I say, we had the van project before, so we kind of over the years we've invested in tools and just kind of invested in good tools as well, and they'll keep for us in the future, you know, when we're doing other projects as well. So that's been a big win as well. So
definitely. So yeah, that's the breakdown of things so far. I'm actually surprised at that number. I didn't really have an idea in my head of what it would have been. So for about £5,000-ish, we have a new roof, the track, the mezzanine done, pointed, window, door. I think I'm quite chuffed with that.
It's really brilliant. And I think as well, kind of, especially looking at how much house prices are now in the world, and how much kind of like we've done with for the cost we've kept it down, and also for the price of the property we paid. It's a win really. It's a steal really for us.
Yeah.
And it's going to be our forever home, and something that we've still got a lot. Like there's still, even a lot of them jobs, there's still loads of materials left over. Obviously we've still got all the tools, and we've gained knowledge as well. So we're going to continue to keep moving forward on the property, and it's just going to keep getting better and better, you know.
Yeah. I know I don't want to give any more spoilers, but I was just thinking the other night I would really love a natural pond, maybe on the bottom terrace. That could be a job for the future as well. I know I didn't mention that, and I'll walk around, but yeah, just lots of exciting things to do. Start growing veggies, and we can be there full time. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good.
And just get the barn as well. That's the next big step, is to get the barn really livable, and it's not far away now. You know, there's a few little things that we can put in place, and it's just really going to become a home, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's going to be so nice. I've been waiting for that day for so long.
So I hope you liked our breakdown of our costs that we did. We've done our best to try and put them all together, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.